Hello, you are listening to the Pleasant Spirit Podcast with your hosts, legally blind licensed massage therapists, Kyle and Kelsey Pleasant. On this show, we talk about the messy, beautiful process of living a more intentional life. Whether you're into self-care, soul care, or just trying to stay sane in a noisy world, you're in the right place. Now take a deep breath, and let's begin.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Pleasant Spirit Podcast. I'm Kelsey, and as always, I'm here with my favorite co-host and husband, Kyle. How's it going, babe?
Hey Kelsey, hey everyone, I'm doing well. It's a good day for a little soul talk, don't you think?
Always. And today, we're diving into something that honestly feels so close to my heart. You know, there's this idea that the opposite of addiction isn't sobriety, it's connection. I think that's so powerful. Like, when I first heard that, it just clicked. What do you think, Kyle?
Yeah, I love that. It really shifts the focus from just stopping a behavior to actually building something positive. I mean, if you look at holistic recovery approaches, they always talk about the importance of relationships and community. It's not just about what you're giving up, but what you're gaining: support, understanding, a sense of belonging.
Totally. And honestly, even outside of addiction, I feel like we all crave that. Like last week, I was having one of those days, you know, the kind where you spill your coffee, your crochet project unravels, and you just want to hide under a blanket. Well, my friend texted me out of the blue and asked if I wanted to meet at Starbucks. It was such a simple thing, but just sitting there talking and laughing, I felt my whole mood shift. It was like, oh, right, I'm not alone in this. Connection really is medicine.
That's such a good example. And it's funny because sometimes we think we need these big, dramatic interventions to feel better, but often it's just a genuine conversation or a shared moment that makes all the difference. I mean, as we talked about in our Plinko episode, life bounces us around, but it's those little connections that help us land on our feet.
Exactly. And I think sometimes we underestimate how much those small gestures matter. Like a coffee date isn't going to fix everything, but it can be the thing that gets you through a tough week. And honestly, I think that's what makes connection so powerful. It doesn't have to be complicated.
Yeah, and that brings us to community. I mean, when you look at the research or even just real life, people who have strong support networks are less likely to struggle with addiction or relapse. There's something about being seen and supported that just, I don't know, it changed the whole equation. The whole
For sure. And you see it in recovery groups, right? Like whether it's a 12-step meeting or just a group of friends who check in on each other, that sense of belonging is huge. People show up for each other and it creates this ripple effect of healing. Have you felt that in your own life, Kyle?
Absolutely. You know, when I first started out as a massage therapist here in Gresham, I didn't really know anyone. I was kind of the new guy, and honestly, I felt a little isolated. But then I started connecting with other therapists, sharing stories, swapping tips, even just grabbing coffee after work. That community became a lifeline for me. It wasn't just about work, it was about having people who understood the ups and downs, who could laugh with me or listen when things got tough.
I love that. And it's so true. Community doesn't have to be huge. Sometimes it's just a handful of people who get you. And I think that's what makes recovery groups so powerful. It's not about fixing each other. It's about walking alongside each other. Like, hey, I've been there too. Let's figure this out together.
Yeah, and I think that's something we can all learn from, whether we're dealing with addiction or just the everyday challenges of life. We all need a tribe, even if it's just two or three people who really see us.
So let's talk about how to actually build those connections, especially if you're like super introverted or maybe just feeling a little isolated. I mean, not everyone wants to join a big group or share their life story with strangers, right?
right? And honestly, I think it starts with small steps. Like, what makes a relationship meaningful isn't grand gestures, it's the little things: being present, listening, showing up when you say you will, even just asking, "How are you really?" and actually waiting for the answer.
Yeah, and I think about when we first started dating. Remember how awkward we were? I mean, I was so nervous. I think I spilled my drink on you at least twice. But it was those little moments, like you bringing me a coffee just the way I like it, or us taking walks and talking about everything and nothing, that built trust. It wasn't instant, but over time, those small acts added up to something really solid.
Yeah, I remember that. And I think that's the key, consistency. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be real. And sometimes creating space for honest connection means being willing to be a little vulnerable, even if it's uncomfortable.
Totally. And for anyone listening who feels like they're on the outside looking in, just know that connection is possible, even if it starts with something as simple as a text or a smile. You don't have to do it all at once, just one small step at a time.
Yeah. And if you're not sure where to start, maybe think about what you wish someone would do for you, and then try doing that for someone else. Sometimes that's all it takes to open a door.
I love that. Well, I think that's a good place to wrap up for today. Thanks for hanging out with us and sharing this space. We'll be back in a couple weeks with more stories and good vibes. Kyle, any last words?
Just that I'm grateful for these conversations, and for everyone listening, take care of yourselves and remember, connection is always possible.
All right. Bye, everyone. Go out and connect with someone today, even if it's just your barista. See you next time.
Thanks for listening to the Pleasant Spirit Podcast. To learn more, visit pleasantspirit.com, and don't forget to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. If you want to reach out, you can email us at podcast@pleasantspirit.com. If you are in the Portland, Oregon area, you can schedule a massage at pleasanttouchmassage.com. Until next time, be well.